Did you know that making an electric car can create more carbon emissions than making a gasoline car? This surprising fact highlights the complex environmental impact of our transportation choices. It's not as simple as electric good, gasoline bad. We need to look deeper to understand the full story. This surprising statistic reminds us that every stage of a car's life, from creation to disposal, leaves an environmental footprint. Understanding these impacts is crucial for making informed decisions about our transportation future. The way we travel impacts the air we breathe and the planet's health. Every journey we take, whether by car, bus, or bike, leaves a footprint on our environment. It's crucial to understand how our daily commutes and travel habits contribute to the larger picture of global pollution and climate change. Cars are a major source of pollution and contribute to climate change. The exhaust fumes from gasoline and diesel engines release harmful gases into the atmosphere, affecting not just the air quality, but also our health. As global temperatures rise and extreme weather events become more common, the consequences of our transportation choices become more evident. Melting glaciers and severe storms are just a few examples of the dramatic changes our planet is experiencing. We must examine our transportation choices carefully. Opting for more sustainable options, like electric vehicles, can significantly reduce our carbon footprint. Choosing between an electric or gasoline car is more than just a personal preference. It's a decision that impacts the environment and future generations. It's about taking responsibility for our environmental impact. By making informed choices, we can contribute to a cleaner, healthier planet. By understanding the pros and cons of each option, we can make better decisions. Electric cars, for instance, produce zero emissions and can be powered by renewable energy sources. We can make choices that benefit both ourselves and the planet. Embracing eco-friendly transportation not only helps reduce pollution, but also promotes a sustainable future for all. Gasoline cars have long been the norm, but they come with a hefty environmental price tag. They release harmful pollutants into the air, contributing to smog, respiratory problems, and global warming. Electric cars, on the other hand, are often seen as the cleaner alternative, producing zero tailpipe emissions. While electric cars seem like the obvious solution, their environmental impact is not so straightforward. The production of their batteries requires significant energy and resources, which can lead to higher carbon emissions during the manufacturing process. Section 4. The true cost of driving. To truly compare the environmental impact of electric and gasoline cars, we need to consider the entire life cycle of both. This means looking beyond just the emissions from driving. We must examine every phase, from the initial extraction of raw materials to the manufacturing process, the car's operational life, and finally, its disposal or recycling. Each of these stages contributes differently to the overall environmental footprint. This includes the extraction of raw materials, the manufacturing process, the car's use, and its eventual disposal. Raw material extraction often involves mining, which can lead to habitat destruction and pollution. The manufacturing process itself is energy-intensive and can produce significant emissions. Each stage has its own set of environmental consequences. For instance, the production phase can release a variety of pollutants, while the use phase primarily involves emissions from fuel consumption. Finally, the disposal phase can lead to waste management issues if not handled properly. For gasoline cars, the extraction and refining of oil are major sources of pollution. These processes not only emit greenhouse gases, but also can result in oil spills and other environmental hazards. The transportation of oil adds another layer of potential environmental impact. The burning of gasoline releases greenhouse gases and other pollutants into the atmosphere. These emissions contribute to climate change and can have serious health impacts on local populations, leading to respiratory issues and other ailments. Electric cars, while cleaner in terms of tailpipe emissions, rely on electricity that may be generated from fossil fuels, depending on the energy grid. If the electricity comes from renewable sources like wind or solar, the environmental impact is significantly reduced. However, if it comes from coal or natural gas, the benefits are less clear. Additionally, the production of batteries for electric cars involves mining for materials like lithium and cobalt, which has its own environmental and ethical concerns. Section 5. Experts speak out. Scientists and environmental experts emphasize that the environmental impact of electric cars depends heavily on the source of electricity used to charge them. They point out that while electric vehicles themselves produce zero emissions during operation, the overall carbon footprint is influenced by how the electricity is generated. If the electricity comes from renewable sources like wind, solar, or hydroelectric power, the environmental benefits are substantial. In regions where electricity generation relies heavily on renewable energy sources, electric cars offer a significantly lower carbon footprint compared to gasoline cars. This is because renewable energy sources do not produce greenhouse gases during electricity generation, making the entire life cycle of the electric vehicle much cleaner. However, if the electricity used to power electric cars comes from coal-fired power plants, their overall environmental benefit diminishes. Coal plants are among the largest sources of carbon dioxide emissions, and using coal-generated electricity to charge electric cars can offset the emission savings from the vehicles themselves. This highlights the need for a transition to cleaner energy sources to maximize the environmental advantages of electric vehicles. By investing in renewable energy infrastructure and reducing reliance on fossil fuels, we can ensure that the shift to electric vehicles contributes positively to the fight against climate change. Section 6. The road ahead. The debate over electric versus gas cars is not about declaring a clear winner or loser. It's about understanding the complexities of their environmental impacts and making informed decisions based on individual circumstances and regional factors. As technology advances and renewable energy sources become more prevalent, the environmental benefits of electric cars are likely to increase. However, it's crucial to consider the source of electricity, battery production, and end-of-life disposal to fully assess their environmental impact. Section 7. Your choice, your impact. The decision of whether to choose an electric or gasoline car is a personal one. There is no one-size-fits-all answer. Consider your driving habits, access to charging infrastructure, and the environmental impact of electricity generation in your region. By staying informed, asking questions, and considering the full environmental impact of our choices, we can all contribute to a cleaner, more sustainable transportation future together.